So this starts a journey of building a sleeper computer. I already bought the case that I want to put it in. And I know that it's going to be a little complicated and interesting to fit it inside the case. And I know I want to use a ITX motherboard and a smaller power supply. I forget the name of them right now. So to do all the prototyping, I am going to use some cheaper components. Because in the end, what I would like to do is put in Intel Core i7 900K with an RTX video card and fast RAM and fast NVMe drive. But I don't want to be prototyping and using all my expensive components for fitting. I have a 3D printer, so I will be engineering and 3D printing brackets and mounts to mount everything. Therefore, I thought it was a good idea to buy some cheap components. I was looking at buying broken components, but then I was looking to see if I could just buy something that would actually power up and I'd be able to use during the whole prototyping phase. Amazon to the rescue, and I got some components here. I have a ITX motherboard with Celeron processor. I have 4 gigs of RAM. They are DDR3 and DDR, I think, 3L. Uh, 1333 megahertz. They should work. I hope I did everything correctly and this thing will actually boot up. I got a 60 gig solid state hard drive and a power supply. Now I chose this SFF desktop power supply. I think SFX is the other one, the other small one. I'm not too sure which one's going to work better, but I was able to get this one fairly cheap and see if it works. I can also, I can get the dimensions of the other power supply if need be and check out if that would fit better. I don't have my case yet. My case should be arriving maybe tomorrow or Monday. So this video is just about booting up my prototype components. This stuff's pretty straightforward. What's in here? Let's take a look at this ITX motherboard. Let's take a look at this ITX motherboard and what we have going on. Getting a lot of notifications, so I'm distracted. Let me see what everything's going on here. New subscriber, but I don't know what channel that is. I ordered a phone from a pawn shop on eBay and they sent me something else. So I had to send them back. Their thing, and then now they just received it, so they're going to send me my phone, which is another project I have going on. Back to this. I think I brought over... this is not what I wanted. I was supposed to bring over a Wi-Fi dongle. I'm going to have to go fetch it. It's behind my green screen. I was hoping I brought everything over before I set up my green screen. rip that bag. The only thing I was not happy about is that it didn't come with an HDMI out. And I would like to prototype something with the HDMI out, but I think I can get away with the DVI converter for now. So we have, I don't know, 2 RS 8-pin COM ports, mouse, keyboard, VGA, DVI, a couple USB. They're blue, so they're 3.0, I guess. 2 LAN. I don't know what somebody would use that for. No idea. Maybe internal and external. 19-pin connector. So I think I may be able to get this thing to boot up. I don't think we need these instructions. Look at them. What I do, first thing, let's see if I got the right RAM. Try to do all the research the best I could, make sure I got everything correct. But there's always a chance that I don't know what I'm doing. Gigs. Yay! Now for another 2 gigs. Oh, sorry, it wasn't in the shot. I think I need to move my camera towards me some more. I tend to work up here. Okay, another 2 gigs. We have 4 gigs of RAM. I guess it said it can use a little wireless card, which I do not have. I don't have a small wireless card like that. Or at least it's not in something. The shield was important for my sleeper build because I need to make a hole inside my case for the size of the standard slot. Which I'll have to double check, because I think I've seen like 2 different sizes. So I'd have to make sure before I cut my hole that I'm using the right one. Smells like electronics. Okay, power to the motherboard. CPU. I'm gonna need a hard drive. Get a knife. Yeah, so all this stuff was $140, I think. So to be able to prototype without using the good stuff, because at the very end, I'll go ahead and, it's probably going to be like $1,000 worth of components. I do not want to be banging and moving around that stuff and have a problem. I'd rather have a problem with $140 worth of components. Does it just come with 2 cables? Okay. SATA, right? All right. I have a monitor off to the side that I already set up. Plug that. I'm gonna need a keyboard and mouse too, huh? Yep, gonna need a keyboard and mouse. So, at this point, here's my Windows 10. Plug that in. I need to put my green screen down and grab the Wi-Fi, USB Wi-Fi dongle, and the keyboard and mouse. So I'm just going to put on just the overhead camera. Just need to find some AAA batteries. Why did I take the AAA batteries out, and where do I have them? Because I think I'm good. Put the green screen back up. Okay. Let me put the batteries in my keyboard. Let's move this stuff up here. Make room for the keyboard. Clean up this stuff, get it out of the way. Throw it all on the floor. Hopefully I don't need to return anything and it just works. Here is... do I need a USB extension? I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see, can this squeeze in down here? Okay, so we got our Wi-Fi, mouse and keyboard on a dongle. Let's see if we can get everything into the shot. Make it a little more. Mouse, keyboard. The other thing I don't know is which pin to short out to get it to boot up. Dang it. I'll have to look that up. So I don't think it says here. Nothing written on the board. I bet you maybe the manual has it. Let's see. F panel, front panel. Okay. It's actually upside down, right? Should I spin it around? Let's spin it around. That way it's facing the right direction. This should go in the back, because I need to get a power cable for that. Just so I didn't grab yet. Instructions for the front panel. F, front panel. Front panel, power, LED, hard drive activity, reset, power switch. Power switch. Does that look right? Looks right to me. Alright, F. It's missing one. That's a debug port. System fan. LPT. C1. What's down here? Audio. Power switch. Power LED. So okay, I guess it's those two. I have to short that out. Let's see if I have it. Power cable. I'm sure this thing is really slow. And this thing doesn't even have a power switch. I did not know that about these. Double check, but I didn't see a power switch. Nope, just set to 110 volts. Plugged in. Let's go over if I have everything set up before powering this up. We have our SATA connection. It just says SATA 2. We have SATA 2 to our SSD. We have our SSD plugged into the power supply. We have our 19-pin connector plugged in. We have our CPU power connected in. We're using the DVI out to a monitor I have up there. We have a Wi-Fi card so we can boot up and get Windows updates. And we have mouse and keyboard dongle, and underneath here we have a Windows 10 ISO boot drive. So at this point we have to short out those two wires to get it to boot up. That's fun. I don't want to short out anything else, and we're definitely short here. Front panel, header. Power. Connect the power switch to the chassis front panel. You may configure the way to turn off your system using the power switch. Refer to Chapter 2 BIOS. So I guess I just short them. Probably need a screwdriver. Oh wait, which two am I shooting? Check it again. Power, those two. Okay. It's booting up. I didn't break anything. Seems like it may have posted. It says shell version BIOS escape. Wow. That's really shitty. What does it say? Yeah, I want you to boot off the disk. EFI shell. Device mapping table. Removable hard disk, removable hard disk. Do you have to like do it twice? Okay. Let's get into the BIOS. Hit Dell. Hopefully that brings us... Okay. BIOS. Memory, 4 gigs. That's good. English. Yeah. Project name, version, advanced. Chipset. Boot. Boot. EFI. Okay, so we want to move this. Let's see. Plus minus the change. So we want this to be PNY. And then we want this to be the Kingston. PNY to UEFI or P. I wonder what the difference is between those two. Alright, so what's it to save and exit? Save and exit. Oh, save as user defaults, restore defaults, save changes, and restart. Hopefully we boot it up off of that USB key. Nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Why? Oh, there we go. I see something happening. It's just really slow. Okay. Do we have a mouse? Yes, we have a mouse. English. Next. Install now. Startup is... Setup is running. Yeah, I wonder how long it's going to take to boot this, to install Windows 10 on this processor. This isn't hot yet. Fan's a little noisy, but it's cheap. I don't have a product key. I want to install Windows 10 Pro. Next. Accept. Next. Custom install. Beautiful. 55.9 gigabytes. Next. Copying files. I'm recording. I'm live.
Yeah, I know.
This is what we have
What's
for
that?
prototyping.
Prototyping what?
Our sleeper computer.
Is that the one inside of the weird thing?
Yeah, well, I bought...
The heatsink?
Well, no, this is an ITX motherboard.
Uh-huh.
Power supply. This is an... I forget, was it the... It's a TFX. There's two
Is it
different.
broken?
No, it's totally. I've got it off Amazon for $140. A power supply, a hard drive, RAM, motherboard, and CPU.
Did you order the thing?
The case?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be here maybe tomorrow or Monday. So, but I wanted to have, because I'm going to 3D print all the brackets to hold all this.
Mhm.
So, I was installing Windows on it, and when the computer gets here, we're going to disassemble it, and then make sure that all this stuff can fit. We need to cut some holes for the I/O panel. 3D print some brackets to hold the motherboard. Now, the only thing I don't have is we're going to put a full size graphics card in it, like an RTX something. So I need to find a broken one and order a broken one, so we can fit that. But this is good because our sleeper computers has the built-in monitor, so I need to be able to prototype that without all the high-end components.
Some kid at my school bought a broken RTX 1080 for $10.
Doesn't sound like it's not. RTX doesn't come in at 1080, but
Oh, 1050, 1070. I don't know. I remember him saying it.
Huh.
I'm see if I can get it off of him for 15.
Yeah. Is it full size? I need I need the full size. I don't think I'll be able to go with water cooling.
Yeah, because it's not gonna fit.
I don't think it's gonna fit. So, of course, with water cooling, you can put a water block and remove all the fans on the graphics card. So there's a few options there.
I threw meatballs in the oven.
Very good.
450 for whenever you tell me they're on. I'll be down 30 minutes.
Okay, I'll let you know when they smell good.
Bye.
Windows is 67% installed. I wish I could show the monitor, but I really don't have. I mean, I probably could set up another webcam. Wonder if I could set up a webcam right now. Just something horrible. I have a webcam right here. Let me see if I have some zip ties. I do have zip ties. I don't know where they're at currently. I have rubber bands. Maybe some tape for now. Just see if we can get something working pretty quickly. This is going to be a really, really crappy setup, but if I can show you my screen, it sure be a lot more interesting. Alright, plugged it in. Let's add a video capture device. We'll call this monitor. Wrong keyboard. That doesn't help, does it? You really have to type on the right keyboard. Monitor screen. Okay. It's not perfect, but at least you get to see what the screen looks like, right? Let's see. Is it coming? It's a little behind on the stream. I was going to see what it looks like. Can actually do a little cropping here. Let's get this up. Let's take this up to here. Let's make it a little bigger. Hey, it's something. But one of the lights is really hitting it. What light is that? Getting a reflection from somewhere. I'm not too sure what light's casting that shadow. Let me go turn off. Ah, still getting the light. Which one is it? Is it this? Just a reflection. Really can't do much about that, but I guess what I can do is turn off the auto brightness on that. Try to get that out. Let's see. Configure video, brightness, bring the brightness down, camera control, auto exposure. Let's try that. Ah, there we go. Nice. So we can actually see the computer screen. Let's see if we can put this up here. Getting ready. It's so slow. So slow. That power supply is pretty noisy. I'm gonna go warm up my coffee. Yeah. Is it rebooting again? I wonder if I can spin it. Well, now I'm not getting the reflection, so now it doesn't look as bright. Let's see. Let's mess with the configure video. So none of the drivers are installed. I'm out of focus. Let's see. Okay. Yep, in the United States. Keyboard layout. Yes. Skip. Let's connect to a network. Yes, let's do that. Alright, let me look up my network key. Another spam call. Unknown. Cancel. Okay. I don't know if my network out here was working. I don't have password for that network. Let's see, this one. I don't see the 5G of it, but I know the 5G isn't as strong. So let's connect to here. And the key. Let's see if we connect and get some drivers. You have a limited, if you have a limited data plan. I do not have a limited data plan. Alright, now go get some updates and some drivers and all sorts of other stuff that we need. So far for 140 bucks, not bad. I mean, it's able to boot up. Set up a personal use, set up for organization. Yep, that. Next. Just a moment. We're going to use a local account. Offline account. I don't want any of that stuff. Sign in with Microsoft instead? No, I just want a local account. And we shall call you Chad. Password 12345667. Next. Confirm 12345667. Next. Security questions. Blah blah blah. 12345667. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, can I enjoy my computer now? Microsoft. Cortana. No. Make Cortana your personal assistant. No, thank you. Location, no. Diagnostics, tailored experience, inking, ad support, find my device, speech recognition. Yeah, you can turn all that stuff off. Accept. We are getting things ready. Isn't this exciting? This may take several minutes. Yeah, especially on this computer. Do not turn off your PC. Let's see if my case is making its way to my area. I would like to have the case tomorrow. It'd be pretty cool. eBay. I don't know if I'm logged in on this one or not. My eBay. Purchase history. Do I need to sign in? Yeah. So, different browser. I was signed in on Firefox. eBay. eBay purchase history. I'd like to track my shipment, see if it's going to Philadelphia. Ooh, it's moving. Let's see where it's at. Paste. Track UPS. It still says delivery expected Monday, but it left the New Jersey, and if it gets to Philadelphia soon, then there's a possibility they're going to send it back up my way to my local post office, and I can have it tomorrow. Let's see what's going on here. Well, the screen's definitely not right, but that could be, man, trying to see the start menu. My camera's not on it. I wonder if I can move it so you can see, the screen can see it. I start. Let's type in update. Let's start running some updates. System. Display. Where is update? Update and security. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting some drivers installed. There we go. Now the screen fixed. Check for updates. Let's see what we got. Probably got a few. Yep, downloading and installing. Adorable dual BIOS. Once this thing's done, we should run some speed tests on it and see what it is up to. But pretty cool. You can build a whole computer for 140 bucks. Well, minus the Wi-Fi. I mean, you would definitely need to add Wi-Fi in a case, but not bad. Actually may look for a little Wi-Fi module for a few bucks. Just to add it onto the board, you can add the Wi-Fi module right here, and that way we don't need to use the big dongle. Downloading, installing updates, a lot of security updates. Update for Adobe Flash Player for Windows 10. Let's look at the task manager and see what wonderful things it says about this computer. More details. Performance. Intel Celeron J1900 at 1.99. It says it's running at 2.34. The base clock is 1.99, but you got 2.336 turbo boost, and I guess it's not hot yet. It's getting there. getting warm. I think may throttle soon. Not too sure. Let's do a little research and see what this chip is and what its performance is like. It says it's a J1900. So, Intel Celeron J1900. Let's see what we know about you. It was released Q4 of 2013. The recommended price of $82 on Montet's list. Its base frequency is 2 GHz with a turbo or a boost of 2.42. Maximum memory size is 8 gigs. I wasn't gonna spend that much money. I think I got the RAM for like 20 bucks. Processor, it's graphics processor, Intel HD graphics for Intel Atom processor Z3700 series. Passmark, let's see what the score is on Passmark, 1800. It's so slow. Could have built like an FX. It's just a baby. CPU value. CPU mark per price 0. Popular comparisons. AMD Athlon. Intel Core i3. It says it's a CPU mark on Passmark is 1848, and we're gonna run that. We're gonna see what happens. We still turbo? Yeah, we're still boosting at 2.4. I'm surprised. I mean, there's no fan on there at all. Just the heatsink and nothing blowing on it. I'm gonna put a little fan on it. You can't see it, but got a little fan here. Put that on there to keep it cool. I don't think. I mean, this is not. It's not gonna be doing a lot of workload. What's going on behind there? I thought I saw an error message. Still turbo. Let's see what time my computer left. In transit. It departed at 5 o'clock. And I'm sure it's going to Philadelphia. I mean, it's only like a couple hour drive. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this thing will probably be here tomorrow because it's going to be in Philadelphia the next. I mean, it's probably already there. It's only like a 2 hour drive. 5, 6, 7, 8, and another hour or so. Still installing lots of updates.
I mean, the meatballs are done.
They were already cooked, so you're pretty much heating them up. So yeah, I would say they're probably done. Yeah, so once again, I guess I'll reiterate what's going on here, is that we're going to be building a sleeper computer, and before I go ahead and purchase expensive components to do my fitting into the case, I bought some cheaper components that actually work and boot up that I can test with. So the case should be here tomorrow, possibly. I have a mini ITX motherboard and CPU, just a Celeron for fitting. Have a mini power supply. I'm not sure if I'm going with this size or a different size, but this was the one that was available and was cheap, like $20 some, maybe $21. It's a little noisy. SSD just to get Windows 10 on, and then some RAM, just 4 gigs of RAM. The whole thing cost $140. And once the case comes, you can start tearing it apart and seeing how these components will fit in there. The full computer when done will have a full size RTX card in it. So I'm also going to have to make sure I have room for that. Just installing updates now on the Windows 10. Before I end this stream, I wanted to run pass mark on it and get a score. I think it would be cool just to know how slow this computer is. The motherboard and the CPU were $69. When the case comes, start disassembling it. I really hope it's big enough, the thing that I bought, to put inside, to put everything inside. I think when I looked at the dimensions, it's bigger than some of the smaller compact cases that I've seen online. So I think once I take out all the old components, it should fit. That hopefully, if it comes tomorrow, I can disassemble it on stream. Try to see if I can back my camera up a little bit more. Updates are still installing. We're still turbo boosting. not super hot. Heat sink. Pretty boring, just waiting for updates to install. So maybe I'll end the stream and maybe tomorrow can run after all this stuff installs and Windows stops indexing and everything is calmed down. Can run some benchmarks. Run some benchmarks on these components just to get an idea of what we're working with here, because I think it'll be pretty funny. I'm going to end the stream now, and I'll be back some other time to work on these benchmarks, and possibly my case arrives tomorrow to start disassembling the case.